So I'm hoping that you've made your way to your mat and you're ready to start our yoga class this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to start with the feet and just begin to warm through and liven the toes, okay? So we're simply going to come onto the ball of the foot, okay? So you're working that toe joint, okay? You're also activating the inner arch as well. So just notice how this feels for you. Just apply a little bit of pressure there onto the toes. And then just roll the foot over so you're bringing that stretch on the very front of the foot. And then flip back. So you're coming onto the ball of the foot, working those toe joints. And then over, stretching the front of the foot. Then we're going to change sides, okay? So do the same on the other foot. Just warming those toe joints. So probably one of these positions, either this or this, feels a little bit stronger than the other. Just notice which one you feel you've got the most movement in or the most feedback from. And then we're going to combine rolling from front to back, okay, which feels quite strange, okay. You're going to make a kind of circular movement. So you're rolling over the front of the toes and then coming onto the ball of the foot, just making circular movement. We're really beginning to wake up the feet and the toes. Take it in the other direction. And then we'll swap to the other foot. It'll feel quite strange, this one. See how you respond to moving the toes in this way. And go the other way. Get a little bit of clicking here going on. Okay. Do a similar thing with the hands and the wrists, okay? So bring the hands in front of you. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And then squeeze the fists together. Okay, open the fingers wide if you're trying to create as much space in between those fingers as possible. And squeeze. One more time, open up. And squeeze. Okay, give the hands a shake. And then we're going to tuck the thumb in and then wrap the fingers over the top, okay? And then think about those knuckles. You're going to draw the knuckles back, starting to work the wrists here, and then point the knuckles down. Okay, drawing the knuckles back. So, beginning to stimulate and move the wrists here. Drawing back and down. Now we're going to circle these wrists. So try and allow this movement to come just from the wrists, okay, and not the elbows or shoulders. Okay, it might be feel a little bit more restrictive and you might not have much movement. And you take those circles in the other way, the other direction. Can you hear and feel any response? Fabulous for those spending a lot of time working on keyboard. Okay, so it's a real wrist massage. And then release the hands and again give them a shake and rest the arms down. So we're going to work the shoulders now. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe in, we're going to draw the shoulders all the way up to the ears. And when you breathe out, I'll let go of the shoulders. Now allow this movement to come just from the shoulders, not the arms. Breathe in. And a big sigh out. Breath in. And breath out. Okay, bring the fingertips up onto the shoulders, just resting lightly on the shoulders. We're going to breathe in as we send the elbows all the way up. And breathe out, big circle, back and down. 2 more times. Breath in. Breath out. 1 more in this direction. Breath in. And breath out. Let's go the other way. Okay. Breathe in, send the elbows back, lift up. And see if you can brush the ears, bring the elbows forward. 2 more times. Send the elbows back and up and forward. Last time, big circle. And then let those arms rest down by the side. So let's come into mountain pose, Tadasana, starting with the soles of the feet. So either have those feet together or a little bit further apart if you are working with any balance issues, okay? Give yourself a stable base. Lift the toes up. And just as we spread the fingers at the beginning of the class there, see if you can spread the toes this time. I'm trying to create as much space in between those toes and then relax the feet down. See if you can lift in through the arches of the feet, and that might help by imagining you're pushing down into the balls of the foot and the heel. And then think about the legs, the thighs draw upwards and the belly gently draws in. Tailbone drifts down. So you start to feel really contained in this midsection. And then see if you can lift up, creating more space here. Relax the arms down, relax the shoulders, and feel wide and spacious across the collarbones. Then you can imagine you've got this lovely lift from the crown of the head, lifting you up. So this is your perfect posture, your mountain pose. And from here, we're going to work through our palm tree vinyasa, and we'll do it all together at the same time. So clasp the fingers together, push the palms away, take a breath in and stretch up. As you breathe out, soften the elbows and the shoulders. The next breath in, you're going to stretch up and you're going to lift the heels off the floor. And then relax the heels down and relax the shoulders. You're going to take a side stretch now. Breathe in, stretch up, keep the heels down, but as you exhale, start to stretch over to the right. Breathe in to come up. And breathe out to the other side. And breathe in to come up. Soften the knees, relax the shoulders. And we're going to rotate round to the right, just the upper body, and you can glance up at the back of the hands. Come back to center. Now go round to the other side. And come back to center. Now open the arms nice and wide. Soften the knees, rotate the whole of the palms so they face up. Relax the shoulders, broaden the arms away from each other. You're going to twist around to the right. Come back to center. Round to the other side. Come back to center. Take a breath in, straighten the legs, bring the arms all the way up, and then bend the knees and extend the arms and the body forward. Straighten up the legs if that's available to you, and then take the arms out to the side, palms face down. Then bring the arms back alongside the ears, bend both knees, just drop the sit bones a little bit so you can come all the way up. Turn the palms forward, relax the shoulders, take a breath in And extend the front body up and back. As you breathe out, bring everything back in line. Bring the palms together. Come down the center line. Release the arms down by the side. Take a breath in. And breath out. Straight to the other side. Clasp the fingers together. Push the palms away. Breathe in and stretch up. And relax. Next breath in, stretches up, lift the heels off. And relax down. Breath in, reaches up as you exhale over to the left. Breathe in to come up. And breathe out. Breathe in to come up. Bend the knees. Relax the shoulders and the elbows. This time we twist round to the left. Come back to center. Round to the other side. Come back to center. Good. Open the arms nice and wide. Bend the knees and rotate the palms, the whole of the arms face up. We're going to float round to the left. Come back to center. Round to the other side. Come back to center. Now take a big breath in and lift up. Bend the knees if you need to and come with the spine forward. Then straighten the knees. Bring the arms out to the side, palms face down, chin tucked in. Soften those knees again and bring the arms back alongside the ears. Drop the sit bones a little bit so you can breathe in to come all the way up. Turn the palms forward, relax the shoulders. Take a breath in, lift up and back. Palms together, exhale down the center line. Relax the arms down by the side, take a breath in and breath out. Well done. So we'll continue with this side stretch, okay? So breathe in, raise up the right arm. As you breathe out, send the left arm down the thigh and begin to arch over to the left. Breathe in to come up and breathe out to come down. Other side, breathe in, arm up. Breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just come back into mountain pose. And soften the knees and give the legs a shake. Okay, we're going to work through our Trikonasana triangle pose, which we looked at quite closely at the beginning, the end of last term. But don't worry if you weren't there then. We're going to take it in stages. This is where you might need the chair. Okay, only use the chair if you think it's right for you, but I'll guide you through that. You're going to turn the chair around so you've got the back of the chair. Okay, maybe that you don't need it. All right, and then we're going to come to the center of the mat. Now with triangle pose, Trikonasana, the legs are working from a straight position. There's no bend in the knees, okay? And the setup for the feet is we're going to turn out the right toes and thinking about that back heel, we take that heel out and then we bring those hips back to center. Now, it could be right for you to take this right foot further to the front edge of the mat if that's more comfortable for the alignment and what's available in the hips. Okay, classically the right heel is in line with the center of the left foot here, but that's only if that works for you. Otherwise you'll be more comfortable working in a more diagonal way. So it depends on what's going on with your hips, so think about any hip issues there. Okay, hips are back to center. We're going to send the arms out to the side, and when you send the arms out, broaden, okay, really stretch. Now, we're going to send the hips towards the left as we reach to the right. Now you can either rest the hand on the chair if that's more comfortable for you, bring that back hand in, or just come all the way down with that right hand somewhere onto the leg. Thinking about just rotating this midsection away from that right leg. Just notice how this feels, and then we're going to come up and down. Okay, we're going to go again on the same side, just gently easing ourselves into this pose. So stretching the arms out, taking that lengthening. So think about lengthening on this underside on the right side. You either got the chair there to give you some support, or bring that hand down. Bring the back hand in for a moment, just so that you can explore other parts of the body. Okay, so think about midsection, rotating. Think about the feet here, inside edges of the feet. Really power down in those inside edges. It might give you a little bit more of a lift and stability. If it's right for you, think about that left hand and you can lift up. Okay, we're not going to stay here for too long. Come all the way up and rest down. Last version, we're going to see if we can hold it for 3 to 6 breaths. Okay, bring the arms out, lengthen, and begin to lean all the way over. So my right thigh is rotating back here, and I'm reaching as far as I can before I bring that arm down. I'm going to bring the back hand in and rotate. Breathe in and come up to your measure. Eye gaze is up. If you've got any issue with your balance, I suggest you keep your eye gaze forward or down. Okay, as soon as you start moving your eye gaze, you might lose your balance. 3 to 6 breaths. I'm just going to let somebody in that's come in, okay? And then you come up. So we're coming up. Turn the feet forward. Bring the arms down and heel toe those legs in. Give the legs a shake. Okay, well done. So you know how that felt for you. If you use the chair, move the chair over to the other side. If you didn't need the chair, then don't worry about that. Okay, so we're going to go to the other side and just explore the differences in one side of the body to the other as you work from right to left. So we're going to take the legs nice and wide. And feet set up, same. We're going to turn out the left toes and we're going to swing out that back heel and then bring those hips back to center. Legs are straight. Breathe in and open the arms out to the side and then start to reach over. Nice and slowly. And we're going to work in those stages. The chair's there if you need it. Okay, you can bring the hand somewhere onto the leg, bring the back hand in, think about this midsection and open up there. And then take a breath in to come up and relax the arms down. Okay, second time, a little bit deeper. Breathe in. Breathe out, lengthen. Left thigh rolling back. Place the arm down and bring that hand in. And go through those stages. Midsection, opening up. Firming through the inside edges of those feet. And then if it's available to you, this back hand coming out. Now you can either look up at that top hand or keep the eye gaze forward or down. 3 to 6 breaths here. Now remember, when you come up, it's like you're being lifted up by that top hand. Lift up and out. Good. Turn the toes forward. Bring the arms behind you. Clasp the fingers together. And we're going for the heel of the hand here. Okay, can you see the heels of my hand are coming together there? All right. Send those hands beyond the buttocks and now open up, draw back those shoulders. Extend forward. And then just allow the crown of the head to come somewhere closer to the floor. Lift up those hands from the back of the waist. You can soften the knees as much as you need to here. Lower the hands down. Stand the spine nice and straight forward. Send the hands beyond the buttocks and they'll help draw you all the way up. Release the hands and heel toe those legs back together. Come back into mountain pose. And just draw your awareness inside, and if it's comfortable for you, close the eyes. Then just explore the body's response to our standing posture, Trikonasana. So be aware of your heartbeat, your breath, the activation, sensation in the muscles, lightness tingling down the hands and arms. Okay, and just release the effort. So we're going to come on to our posture that we're going to focus on mostly in the class today, and it's downward facing dog pose. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Ardha Mukha Svanasana is the Sanskrit word, which is a right old mouthful. We're going to use the chair first of all and do 3 versions using the chair. Now it might be that using the chair is right for you for the following 3 versions using the mat. Okay, so we're going to go in stages, but I want everyone to experience working with the chair because it's still a challenge. Benefits of working with a chair are that it reduces any pressure on the wrist. So if you've got any issue with the wrist strain or any shoulder injuries, okay, the chair version is a really good version which stretches the body in the same way but takes away the weight bearing. Also for those that don't like working in an inversion upside down, the chair version is good. Okay, so you want the chair, the narrow end of your mat, and you want the seat facing you. And then you're going to come to the front of the mat, so the chair is facing you, and we're going to come in and out of this posture in the same way each time. Okay, we can all do this together. We're going to breathe in, make a big circle with the arms to come up, and then as you breathe out, open the arms, bend the knees, and just lay both hands onto the seat of the chair. You're going to take a big step back with both feet to about hip width apart, and then I want you to bend the knees as much as you can, almost as if you're aiming to lay your rib cage onto your thighs, all right? So the arms are lengthening towards the chair and the spine is nice and long. And actually in our dog pose, this is our priority, this lovely long spine, okay? So this is a nice preparation to begin to lengthen the spine. And then we're going to just soften at the elbows, take a step forward, come up with that big circle, breathe in, draw a circle around the body, and as you breathe out, come down the center line. Take a breath in and out. Okay, that's modification 1. We'll continue on to modification 2. Breathe in. And breathe out, bend the knees, go wide with the arms, and rest the hands down. Now step back again with both feet hip width apart, and come into that bent leg squat again. So think about lengthening that spine here. So there's a 2-way stretch. The hands are stretching to the back of the chair, but imagine that you've got 2 fingers hooked around the front of those hips and they're drawing you to the opposite wall. Now we're going to get the hamstrings involved, okay? So we're going to offer to encourage a straight leg one at a time, okay? As if we are just
switching from one bent leg to the other. And you might feel now the hamstrings starting to work and liven. But keep maintaining that lovely long spine. That's your priority. Just opening up the back of the legs. And then bend both knees. Soften at the elbows. Step forward. That big circle. Big wide circle all the way round. And exhale down the center line. Breath in. And breath out. Okay, third option. Here we go. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hands to chair. Same again, big step back. And come into that pose. Bent knees, rib cage resting. And then we're going to just a couple of times walk the feet just so we're bending one knee at a time. And then we're going to see if we can keep both knees or encouraging both legs straight, okay? Just see what's available for you. And if you've got both legs straight, now think about powering down into the inside edges of the feet. Just notice if you're beginning to roll towards the outside edges of the feet and see if you can firm down onto the inside edges and just notice how that feels. Keep the spine nice and long. Your weight is in firmly into the feet. And now you can work with the breath. So send the breath into the back body. You might even feel that broadening in the back of the ribs as you do so. Breath in, 3 breaths. And then when you finish those 3 breaths, and don't rush to follow my lead, you're going to just soften those knees, soften the elbows, step forward, and come all the way up, and come down. Release the arms down by the side, take a breath in, and out. Okay. So that was our 3 versions using the chair. And if that felt right for you, okay, you continue working that way. We're going to do 3 versions down on the mat, and more classical versions of a downward facing dog. But you can work the 3 versions that we've just done if that suits you. Okay, I'm going to move my chair out of the way and I'm going to lead with the mat. Okay, but we start off in the same way. So you're going to come to the front edge of your mat, and same thing again, you're going to breathe in, big circle, and as you breathe out, bend the knees, and you need to bend the knees as much as you can to bring the hands all the way down towards the floor. Then you're going to step back with both feet, but I want you to come into a really, really deep squat, okay? So you're just thinking about lengthening the spine. Just see how this feels for you. It might be that you are somewhat up here, okay? You want to rest the rib cage on the thighs in the same way as we did with the chair. Your priority is that long spine. And to come out of this, okay, instead of coming upright as we did with the chair, we're going to very gently lower ourselves to the floor and recover in your version of child's pose. Now remember, your child's pose needs to be nice and comfortable and tailored for you perfectly, okay, and not one size fits all. So just a few suggestions with child's pose. If you're weighing down in the front body, have the legs nice and wide, gives you more space. If when you come down and your head doesn't come towards the floor, give yourself some height. 1 potato, 2 potato. Rest your forehead on the hands. If for any reason your knees do not like this compression here, and that's quite common, keep the sit bones up, okay? And come down in this way. Your version of child's pose. Okay, we're going to go again in our second variation. So stretch the arms beyond the head, so you get that lovely length in the spine. Breathe in and come up onto the tabletop. Okay, this tabletop position. You might want to bring the hands a little bit closer towards the body. The hands should be shoulder width apart. Have a look at the knees, they're about hip width apart. And you're going to tuck the toes under. You're going to push down as if you're pushing the ground away. Lift the knees off, and that rib cage comes towards those thighs again. So you've got that lovely long spine, and that's our priority today. Okay, length in the spine. And then we're going to start to pedal the heels down. Okay, so try and not get the upper body involved in shifting the position, and just start to open up the back of the legs, pedaling the heels down, just as we did with the chair, bending one knee and then the other. And you can take a break whenever you need to, okay, in your rest position, child's pose. So come into that bent knee and very carefully lower the knees down, bending at the elbows your way. Come into child's pose. Okay, third time, okay, but you can stay with any of these versions that you feel are working for you, all right? So we'll start by extending the arms, just lengthening that spine and allowing those sit bones to be drawn towards the heel. Breathe in to come up, separate the feet, walk the hands a little bit closer in, maybe the wrists are in line with the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. And then start to encourage the chest, the rib cage towards the thighs. Now this time, we're in this position, okay, we're going to lift the sit bones, but we're going to stay onto the balls of the feet, okay? So my heels are as high up as they can be. My arches are activated, just like we warmed the toes at the beginning of the class. I'm right high up on the balls of my feet. My spine is long, and I'm encouraging my chest towards my thighs, okay? Now, from here, we'll just see what we have. We're going to just lower the heels to the direction of the floor. Now, it does not matter if they touch the floor or not. That's the direction. But we only lower those heels to the point where we feel that we've still maintained the upper body. As soon as you start to feel the weight come into the hands and change, that's your measure, okay? Now keep breathing. Now this is only an offer if you want a little bit of extra here, okay? You take a break when you need to. Just bring your awareness into your right leg, and if you want to, see if you can raise that right leg up. Think about dropping that right heel towards the left buttock, lifting that right knee up. And then straighten up and lower. And then same on the other side. Breathe in, lift the left leg up, drop the heel towards the opposite buttock. Lengthen the leg up and away and lower. Okay, we're going to come down and rest nice and slowly. And if you're working with a chair, you can come all the way down. We can all rest in our version of child's pose. Okay, Send the arms beyond the head. Just going to add a further side stretch to the mix. Take the right hand out to the side, followed by the left hand. Keep those hands about shoulder width apart, and then again draw the sit bones back as if you can feel a lengthening down that left side of the body. Come back to center and go to the other side, taking the arms over to the side and drawing the sit bones back, feeling that stretch down the right side. And coming back to center. We're really adding length and space to our spine today. Now then, breathe in and come up back into that tabletop position, all fours. This time we're going to bring those hands, those wrists in line with the shoulders. Okay, have a little look at the knees and have those knees in line with the hip. Just let the spine soften and settle. Find its natural alignment there. Okay, we're going to work our cat pose and very gently with the breath, and we'll just build it nice and slowly. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, start to draw the belly to the back of the waist and arch the spine up. Then take a breath in and relax the spine down and lengthen the front body, lifting the chest. Lift the sit bones. Exhaling, drawing the belly, and maybe feeling a deeper broadening, maybe more space in between the shoulder blades, or activating a stretch all the way down the back of the waist. And relax. Last time, draw the belly in and arch up. Lengthening, broadening the spine, that space in between the shoulder blades, and just allow the spine to find its neutral alignment. Okay, we're going to work a figure of 8 with the body, which feels quite strange when we first do this. We're going to take the weight over to the right hand, swing over to the left, and then cross the middle, take the sit bones towards the right heel, swing them over to the left, and come back up through the center. It's like we've drawn a figure of 8 with the body. And it might feel a little bit strange or a little bit jagged. But the more you do it, the more fluid the movement becomes. You might hear and feel some clicking in the knees, the wrists. Make sure that you're powering down into the whole of the fingers when that weight comes across, okay? So it's not jarring down into the wrists. Come back to center, and we're going to go the other way, okay? So now take your weight to the left hand, circle it over to the right, swing back to the left heel, right, crossing the center. So your figure of 8 being drawn in the other direction. Remember, you can take a break whenever you need to. Just come back into center. Just let the weight be spread evenly between the hands, the knees, remembering the shins and the feet as well. Now we're just going to take these hands a little bit further forward. So just step them further forward, okay? Then we're going to just rock the hips forward and then take the weight back, okay? It doesn't matter how far or deep you go, just nice and gently, okay? Forward and back. Starting to warm the back in preparation. We're coming down onto the front body and working our cobra pose, okay? Forward and back. And as you go, when you come forward, you might drop the hips and lift the chest. Draw the belly as you come back. And the next time we come forward, we're going to lay the whole of the front body all the way down, softening the knees, in the elbows, and come forward. Bring the hands in front of you and rest the forehead on the back of the wrists. Now you can have these legs as wide as they need to be, okay? That makes the lower back feel comfortable for you. You might want to extend the legs away further, okay? And then fully relax into the back of the waist and the front body. You can imagine that you're sending the breath here into the back body. Anywhere actually that you feel the resistance, okay? So notice where you feel any tightness and tension, and you're looking to add softness. Okay, we're going to take these hands and bring them quite close in, round about where the chest is, okay? Now think about these elbows as well. The elbows are going to be drawn in, and the shoulders are staying back and down. Just come onto the bridge of the nose and the forehead while you organise the arms. And it's almost as if you are hugging the side body with those elbows. Now you want to kind of maintain that framework. We're going to use the breath. We're going to take a breath in, and all we're going to do is lift up the chest. And then as you breathe out, relax down. So don't allow the shoulders to start lifting up. Just go to your measure before you feel that the joints are getting involved. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more time, breath in. And breath out. Come back in that recovery position by bringing the hands in front of you, resting your forehead on the back of the wrists. You can just rock the hips from side to side, just loosening up the pelvis. And now from here, we're going to make our way onto the side body, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. You bring your left hand somewhere back where it was, just pretty much in the same place as it was for your cobra pose. Same arm as leg, okay? Think about the left knee. You're going to bend that knee up, and you're going to start to slowly roll onto the side body. The right hand comes out to the side. Now, if you've got any hip issue here, it could be that you need a lot more cushioning under that hip to give you some support, all right? So if you've got a blanket or cushion nearby, all right, and you might want to pad that supporting hip. Equally, it might be that the head needs a bit of support, okay? We're going to rest that left hand on top of the right wrist, and this is going to be our setup for our gentle twist, all right? So we've got our left hand resting on the right palm. We're going to travel that top arm up the inside of the lower arm, across the chest, and we're going to open up. There's our opening twist. But we're gently working our way with this. So as soon as we're there, we're going to bring that arm all the way up and over and close the twist. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. So breathing in, traveling the hand up the inside of the arm, across the top of the collarbones, and opening out. Now when you open up, don't worry if that bent knee lifts off the floor, okay? You're negotiating the lift of the knee and the opening of the upper body, okay? And bring that arm all the way over. The 3rd time, we're going to stay there, all right? So, bring in that top arm, up the arm, across the top of the collarbones, and opening out. Now, just see how this feels for you. If you feel overstretched in that open arm, you can bring the hand in, okay? It might feel better or more comfortable for you to rest the fingertips on the rib cage. Your priority here really is allowing this top shoulder to fall back and down, all right? So if extending the arm fully is too much of a deep stretch in and around the armpit and the side of the chest, okay, then bring that in there. But we're looking here to eke out any tension. So once you're here, just notice if you're holding yourself, and then see if you can almost imagine you're melting away that tension. So soften those areas that you're getting the most feedback in. Use the breath. Okay, in order for us to come out of this, we're going to be rolling onto the back body. Now, if you've got a wooden floor, you might need to shuffle yourself back on your mat. But if you're on carpet, or you come off your mat, then and you're on the carpet, then it's fine. Okay, all we're going to do is keep this bent knee drawn in and allow ourselves to come onto the back body. Bring the hands resting onto the knee and draw that thigh in. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, see if you can lift the head towards the knee. Release back down. Place the sole of the foot on the floor. Keep the knee bent. Okay, bend up the other knee. And then if you need to move yourself back onto your mat, like I do, then just bring yourself onto the mat. And then we're going to go to the other side, okay? So this time we're coming from laying on the back. So we're going to bring the arms out to shoulder height. You're going to slide away the leg we've just worked on, okay, that left leg. And then you're going to lift up that right knee, draw it in, and then you're going to take yourself all the way over to the other side. And you can bring that open arm with you so you close up so the palms meet. And just adjust yourself so you feel comfortable wherever you need the support, okay? Take your time. Thinking about that top arm, you're going to do the same again. You're going to run the hand up the inside of the leg, up the arm, across the top of the collarbones, and open out. Doesn't matter if that knee begins to lift off, and then come all the way up and over. Same again, breathing in as the arm travels up and opens out. And then we close up, bringing that arm over. Last time, we're going to stay on the open side, okay? So, arm peeling, opening up. And then we're looking for that softness. So again, if you need to bring in the hand, do so. Don't worry if the knee lifts off the floor. I have contact with my big toe in the floor, but my knee is off the floor. But I'm looking now to explore where I feel the resistance and then seeing if I can actively soften. So I'm not holding, but I'm beginning to surrender the weight of the body. Okay, so if you're just getting somewhere and you're happy to stay here for a little bit longer, then you do so. To come out of this though, we're going to lift that knee into the body and gently come onto the back body. Bring in the hands, so the hands just weight on top of that shin and gently draw that thigh in, relaxing the shoulders back. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, lift the head. Breath in. Press the head back down again. Release the leg. Place the sole of the foot on the floor. Now bend up the outstretched leg. Take the feet about hip width apart, maybe further, okay? Turn your toes in, but swing the heels out and rest the inside of the knees together. So you've created that pyramid shape, the lower part of the body. And then keeping the elbows connected with the floor, just fold in the hands so that the hands, the palms rest on the belly. Just gently draw the chin in, okay, so you feel length at the back of the neck. And then start to relax in the back body and begin to focus on your breath. So with your hands on your belly, you can feel your body breathing. So allow the breath to be drawn all the way down so that you can feel the belly gently rising and falling. Relax the shoulders. Relax in the back of the waist. Just keep allowing the breath to be your focus. Now we can get ourselves ready for our final relaxation, and it could be that you're very happy to stay just as you are, okay? Or you might like to get a blanket and just bring that over yourself, stretch out the arms and extend the legs in classical shavasana. Okay, so just move into a comfortable position that's right for you, and it could well be staying just as you were, working with the breath is right. Whilst you're getting yourself comfortable and warm, I'm going to get myself ready as well, okay? So I'm hoping you've had a chance to get yourself nice and comfortable. And just as you were in class, really prepare for your relaxation. So it could be you're happy and warm enough just to stretch out on your mat with no extra blankets or pillows. Or equally, it might be right for you to feel nice and cozy and warm with that extra layer resting over you. So if you're in that classical shavasana position with the legs outstretched, have the arms down by the side of the body, palms facing the ceiling, and that allows your shoulders to relax back and down. Relax the legs completely and allow those thighs to gently roll out to the side. Just be aware if you need to make any adjustments. Maybe you need to roll the shoulders back and down. Draw in the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. And then just focus on your breath once more. We're going to work a relaxation technique called the autogenic relaxation sequence. And each direction giving just should be repeated to yourself quietly as your focus is drawn to each part of the body as it is named. But if for any reason this doesn't serve you, okay, just allow your focus to be on your breath and watch your soft, smooth inhale and your soft, smooth exhale. So repeat quietly to yourself the following. I am beginning to feel calm and quiet. I am beginning to feel comfortable and quiet. I am beginning to feel quite relaxed. My left foot is heavy. My right foot is heavy. Both feet are heavy. My left calf is heavy. My right calf is heavy. Both calves are heavy. My left thigh is heavy. My right thigh is heavy. Both thighs are heavy. My left hip is heavy. My right hip is heavy. Both hips are heavy. My whole left leg is heavy. My whole right leg is heavy. Both legs are heavy. My left arm is heavy. My right arm is heavy. Both arms are heavy. My left shoulder is heavy. My right shoulder is heavy. Both shoulders are heavy. My neck is heavy. The whole of my face, head, and neck is heavy. My whole body is heavy. My breathing is getting deeper and deeper. Rest here for a while. We'll start to send our awareness externally. See if you can hear any sounds outside of your room. Be aware of the contact points of your body and the floor. And visualize yourself lying safe in your home. Brush your thumb pad over each fingertip and notice how this feels. Now start to make more exaggerated movement through the fingers, the toes, the wrists, and the ankles. When you're ready and in your own time, just curl yourself over onto the right side of the body,
or the side of the body that suits you. Rest for a few breaths. When you're ready and in your own time, you're going to break your way to a comfortable seated position. When you find yourself sitting up, sit with that lovely tall spine that we've been working on today. Relax the shoulders and feel spacious across the collarbones. Bring your hands to your heart center if that feels right for you. And gently bow your head in honor of your practice today. Namaste.